So let's jump right in. We're living in a world where AI can do just about anything. And it raises this huge question for all of us. How do we stay relevant? How do we not just survive, but actually thrive? Well, today we're going to break down a framework that's designed to answer that exact question. Now, this is a pretty tough question, right? But we've got to ask it. That old model of just studying hard, memorizing a bunch of facts, and getting a piece of paper, well, it's starting to break down. What worked for us even 5 years ago isn't a guarantee for the future anymore. And this quote it nails it. The idea is we're moving into a judgment economy. It's not about what you know anymore, because let's be honest, an AI will always know more. It's all about how you apply what you know, the decisions you make, and the unique value you bring to the table. The rules have totally changed. Okay, so if the old rules are broken, what's the new rule book? Well, that's exactly where this framework comes in. It's called Human 5, and it's a super practical guide for building up the skills that get more and more valuable as AI gets smarter. Think of it like this. The Human 5 framework isn't just some nice little extra skill you tack on, like a poster on the wall. No. It's the actual backbone of your learning and your development. It's the fundamental structure that's going to support your career for years and years. So what is this thing actually made of? Human 5 is an acronym, and each letter stands for a core skill, or really a cluster of skills that gives you a serious advantage over automation. Let's break them down one by one. First up, we've got H. You know this feeling. An AI can spit out a perfectly grammatical email, but can it tell if the tone is actually inspiring or if it just sounds kind of pushy and fake? That's your taste. That's your internal compass for nuance, for connection, for all those things that are deeply, deeply human. But having great taste doesn't mean much if you don't act on it consistently. And that brings us to our next letter, U. Oh man, we've all been here. You start a new course or a project, you're super excited, and then a few weeks later, it just kind of fizzles out. Unbroken momentum is the science of building those small, repeatable habits that keep you going even when you're not feeling motivated. It's the engine that drives everything else. Okay, so you've got momentum. Now you need to be in control of where you're going. And that leads us to M. This one is a huge mindset shift. Instead of just sitting back and waiting for someone to tell you what to learn, you grab the wheel. You're the one reframing assignments to make them matter to you. You're starting your own projects. You're using tools like AI on your own terms. You're not the passenger anymore. You are the driver. So with you in the driver's seat and your momentum going, the next skill is all about how fast you can adapt. That's A. Now, let's be clear. This isn't about rushing through things. It's about being efficient. How quickly can you try something new, get feedback, and actually tweak your approach? In a world that's changing this fast, having a high learning velocity, well, it's basically a superpower. And finally, we have the piece that really ties it all together and makes it resilient. That's M. So NS is actually two things working together. Narrative intent is your why. It's about connecting what you're learning today to the person you're trying to become. And then there's interruptibility. That's your resilience. That's your ability to handle it when life gets messy. A project fails, things change suddenly, and still get back on track. So now that we've got the framework, how does it actually help us work with AI? See, this isn't about trying to beat the machine at its own game. It's about understanding that there's a clear division of labor where we lean into our unique human strengths. And this is it's the whole ball game right here. An AI can spot patterns across trillions of data points. It's amazing, but it has never felt the sting of saying the wrong thing or the joy of a message that connects with someone. It doesn't get consequences, but we do. This lays it all out, doesn't it? We let the machine handle what it's great at, the raw speed, the sheer volume, the pattern matching. And we, the humans, we focus on what really matters, using our judgment, understanding consequences, applying our taste, taking ownership, and setting the direction. It's about using AI as an incredibly powerful tool, not as our replacement. But the real power here, the real secret sauce, isn't just getting good at one of these skills. It's how they all work together. They create this powerful, interconnected ecosystem that makes you incredibly adaptable and resilient. You can totally see how they feed each other, right? Your taste tells you where to point your agency. Your momentum is what allows you to have a high learning velocity. And that long-term vision, your narrative intent, is protected from all of life's chaos by your interruptibility. Each skill just makes the others that much stronger. And really, this is the bottom line. When you build this whole ecosystem of skills, you're not just learning a topic. You're building this deep, grounded confidence and kind of practical wisdom. You're developing the one thing machines just can't copy, your uniquely human judgment, your story, and your presence. So I'll leave you with this to think about. As AI keeps changing everything around us, the most important project you will ever work on is yourself. The question isn't just about what you need to know anymore. It's about who you are actively choosing to become.